All right, so welcome to episode one of the JAC podcast. So we're gonna start with a weekend recap of some games, and I say we just start with Georgia and Clemson. I mean, I think Clemson absolutely should not be in the top 25, and I think Dabo, they've been struggling the past couple years, and Cade Klubnik has kind of been struggling a little bit too, but yeah, Georgia's got a very dominant team, but what y'all think about that?
Yeah,
Dabo's
no,
got to use the
no. Let
portal.
me go, Avery. You could go like, sorry. You could be, you could be like, is
Uh,
Clemson a bad team or is Georgia just really good? Like,
True.
Clemson's just a bad team.
Is Clemson a top 25 team and Georgia just insane, or is Clemson actually really bad and Georgia just mid? We're gonna have to like let the next few weeks play out and see like what the
True.
actual how actually good some of these teams are. Sorry, Avery, you can go now.
Dude, Clemson sucks because bro won't use the transfer portal. Let's be honest. It's just straight high school recruiting. That does not work.
Agreed.
Everyone else uses the portal. Dabo Sweeney will not touch it.
Exactly. I
It's
saw
insane.
a post on ESPN like 2 days ago. It was like he hasn't used the transfer portal since it came out in like 2018. And like no wonder they're not good anymore. That if you want to win games, then you gotta use the transfer portal. You can't
Right.
just recruit people anymore. It's changed.
I also think Georgia's got a lot of depth. Dude, think about it. They were out there RB1, and they just threw in dude like a freshman 5-star, and he went off. Nate Robinson, I think is his name. But yeah. Georgia's got a lot of depth. But I like your take though, Jack. I think Clemson. I mean, how you were saying, like, is Georgia just that good? I still think
Yeah.
that Clemson probably is in a top 25 team. Maybe they're at the very bottom, like maybe
Yeah.
24,
In the
25.
20s, in the 20s.
I think they're ranked 25th today.
Yeah,
Oh, the new poll came out?
Yeah, new poll. Georgia's still number one, I think, though.
yeah, I think you're right. All right, so we could talk about. Let's go to the SEC or continue the SEC. We talk about Auburn and Alabama A&M. I mean, Avery is an Auburn fan here, so Avery, I'll let you take the floor.
Yeah, Ave.
Auburn, y'all know Auburn likes to run the ball. We came out there, just threw the ball all over the field, all the new receivers, Cam Coleman, Malcolm Simmons, all these true freshmen balling. But Malcolm Simmons is a dog. All right. Cam Coleman is too. And that's everyone's talk about. But Malcolm Simmons is a dog. Wrote it on special teams. Wrote it on special teams and freaking got like absolutely broke dude's ankles. It was insane. It was.
What a
Alabama A&M sucks, but it was.
man,
It doesn't
Alabama
matter who you play. Putting up 70 points on a team is not easy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, y'all know Auburn has not been good for a while. So as an Auburn fan, that felt pretty nice just to be able to score that much. Because last year we might have struggled against them. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah,
Honestly, solid take.
Y'all have a new starting quarterback this year?
no, still Peyton Thorne, but like
Okay, Thorne.
he was slinging the thing.
I guess Huntley was 2 years ago, right?
Huntley. You talking about Finley? TJ Finley?
Finley, sorry, Huntley. I was thinking of wrong. Sorry, Finley. He's at Western Kentucky now. He got blown out by Bama.
He got benched in the first quarter against Bama.
Yeah, that was
So
bro.
we all let.
Well, I don't know if y'all pay attention to like anything on Twitter, but like he was talking like, trying to talk up Western Kentucky and was like, Alabama's not the same Alabama that they were like 5 or so years ago. And then um lost by 63 and got benched in the first half. So
There's
I
got to
mean
be quiet.
if you're gonna
Jalen
talk that much
Milrow's out there.
trash, like you just gotta back it up. So
If Jalen Milrow's out there, bro, Bama can do anything they want. Jalen Miller, I think, is probably going to win the Heisman. Let's be honest. He's amazing, dude.
probably not a crazy take. All right, so I think we should talk about where game day was. I think we should talk about A&M and Notre Dame. I mean, I think Notre Dame has a transfer at quarterback right now from Duke, Riley
Riley
Leonard.
Leonard.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I think he's a good leader. I seriously think he's a pretty solid quarterback. A&M, did they drop out of the top 25?
I I, I think they're 20 because it wasn't a bad loss.
Let's talk about the poll. I didn't know the new poll was out. We could talk about that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, I mean, Avery said Georgia's first.
yeah. It didn't change that much. Michigan went down one. They won, but they went
Bama
down.
bumped up to 4. Texas, no, Texas was at 3.
What about Oregon? They only beat Idaho by 10.
Yeah, Oregon's at 7.
Set. They dropped to 7. They dropped 4 spots.
Hmm.
Let's see.
Oh,
Miami went up to 12.
let's talk about the Ducks a little bit. I mean, I know Oregon, Dylan Gabriel is a pretty solid quarterback. I know that.
He is.
I mean, dude, their receiver room is loaded right now. I mean, Evan Stewart and Tez Johnson. I mean, that's just a
I
crazy.
didn't.
I mean, those
Did
two
y'all
guys.
watch the Oregon game?
I don't know much about their defense, but I mean, Dan Lanning's a good coach, so
I mean, let's see. Dylan Gabriel had 380 yards in the air, and they only scored 24 points. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what really happened.
Dylan Gabriel was at Oklahoma last year, and if like him going to Oregon with Dan Lanning, like he could do like so much more. Like honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he was in the Heisman running. I really wouldn't, because
kind
Dan
of
Lanning,
reminds me
what
of
he can do
Stewart a
with
little
quarterbacks is insane.
bit.
I'm looking at Dylan Gabriel's stats. He went 41 for 49 with 380 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Like that's good.
I'm not.
That's
I'm
crazy.
not sure how they did not. It looks like the stats. They should have won by like. They should have scored like 50 or 60. I'm not really sure what happened. I mean, the receivers didn't do terrible.
Yeah. I mean, Evan Stewart's, I mean, that dude was the number one receiver in the nation. So, I mean, I think, we'll move on from week and recap. I mean, basically, everybody's really got blown out apart from Idaho. I mean, and freaking, I mean, Notre Dame and Texas A&M was a great game. But, I
Actually,
mean,
I
yeah.
want one more game to talk about. I thought the LSU game was very exciting. I watched that game and my heart was
I
beating, and
agree.
I don't even care for any of those teams.
Yeah. Tyron Lacey, dog. Zachariah Branch, dog. They're
What's
both very good. I mean,
what's USC's quarterback's name? Is it Miller Moss? Is that right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he's a dog, dude.
Yeah,
I
no,
think he's gonna be really good.
I agree. It's not crazy to say. I gotta talk about before we get off topic. Florida State and Boston College.
I mean, just
I mean,
it's embarrassing.
Florida
it's not.
State doesn't look like a Power 5 school right now.
I know,
Th-
literally. I mean,
They look terrible,
They are
just
awful.
terrible.
past couple of years, like aside from last year, like didn't they lose to Jacksonville State? Like, I
Not
know.
long ago, like
Yeah, maybe like 5 years ago. I mean,
and Jacksonville State wasn't. They moved up, and they were like FCS. They were not very high in
right.
like college football.
Lower FCS school. All right, so while we're on the topic of FSU, let's just talk about, what we all think is the reason why they are declining. Um, I mean, I got to go. I mean, the departure of Keon Coleman and Jordan Travis is definitely a huge factor. I mean, Jordan Travis was before whatever he did, broke his leg. I mean,
Heisman,
he was in the
he
Heisman hunt,
was.
right?
He was. He may have won it. I'm not sure. There was a good chance.
Yeah.
He would definitely finish top three.
I mean, Keon Coleman, I think he fell to the second round, but hey, I mean,
Insane though.
bro is actually crazy. I mean, I just don't know. I just don't think Florida State has anybody like, just crazy.
I
I
don't think
mean,
their recruiting was very good this year. Like I didn't never see, like, how like you'll be scrolling
They
on social
lost.
media and you'll be like, here are the top 10 of this, here are the top 10 of that. I never saw anybody committed to Florida State. Like
They
I just
lost
don't
some
think,
big recruits.
I know they got some big ones, but I'm like, I don't know if they're as good as they normally are.
I mean, KJ Bolden, who went to Georgia, who ended up at Georgia, was committed to them and then decommitted. And basically, his reasoning was because FSU's not Georgia.
Yeah, I'd rather go to
I
Georgia.
mean, in a nutshell, that's basically what he said. So, I'd probably rather play Georgia either. I mean, too. But, I mean, I just don't, they just seem like they haven't really had any crazy players as of recently besides Jordan. And I mean, their receiver room last night didn't look too bad. I mean, I just don't think DJ can get them the ball.
Dude, I
Yeah,
saw a stat. He was like 0 for 10 on passes past the line of scrimmage
he
at
wasn't
one
even
point in the
above
game.
50%, I don't think, was
Yeah,
he?
I don't think so either.
Like,
He was
you
just
gotta get your
he was
receivers the
bad
ball.
week 0. He was worse last night, I'm pretty sure.
Tech is ranked now. Georgia Tech,
Yeah, 23rd.
23rd. I'm not gonna lie, I think
Not
that's a bit of a stretch. I was gonna say it. I don't think they should be ranked right now. They did look good, and I was like, oh shoot, like they beat Florida State, who's ranked 10. But after seeing Florida State lose again, I'm like, how good actually is Georgia
Yeah,
Tech? Because they just like
Florida State is
not that
definitely
good.
way overhyped, bro.
But we'll see how it plays out. They could be insane. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Florida State, I think should have run the ball more. I mean, I'm looking. DJ threw it 42 times. They ran it 16 total between 5 or 6 people, and for like 20 yards total rushing. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
They just looked lost the entire game. It's like they didn't know what they were doing or something.
No, bro, literally, like DJ, when he rolled out and tried to throw that ball to the receiver who was literally just wide open in the back of the end zone and overthrew him by like 10 feet, I was like, dude, this is a
Like
serious
you
problem.
practice for a reason, dude.
No,
I
literally,
don't.
like that should be, bro. And you got to think, like, it's not like DJ was like a crappy recruit coming out of high school. Like, he was ranked
5-star.
Yeah.
he was a 5-star out of like SJV. Like, he
He was
was,
supposed to be the guy.
yeah, he was like one behind Bryce Young. And like, look where Bryce Young is now. I mean, dude,
Yeah,
one
and in
behind.
my personal opinion, I think no matter what happens, Florida State's out of the playoffs now. I
I,
don't think they're gonna be in it.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even though it's 12 teams, I think they're out already. You can't lose to two unranked teams like that.
No,
Start of the
literally.
season. That's you
I
can't.
think their schedule's too hard for them to do anything. I mean,
Mhm.
they got to play Miami, Notre Dame, UNC, and Clemson still.
Yeah, that's
I
tough.
mean,
I mean, while we're talking about downfall, I mean, I think we got to talk about Clemson. I mean, going off
I
what
just
Dabo, man, he's such a great dude and like such a great coach. But in today's age, like you have to recruit out of high. I mean, well, you have to recruit out of high school, but you have to recruit out of the portal. Like,
Yeah, that's what it all comes back to. I mean, like
no,
you can't. That's it. You got
exactly.
to get players from the transfer portal. Like that's it. You can't not try.
Yeah.
And that's why they've been so bad. Like prime Clemson, like Deshaun Watson, those Clemson teams were insane, but like they're done now. Like if you're not getting players from the portal, you're not going to win.
And
what
that's how it is now. Like, it sucks to, I hate to say that, but it's how it is.
it's it's rough. It's rough over there, Clemson.
I
I
mean,
wouldn't
yeah.
want to be a Clemson fan right now.
I mean, ever since T-Law, dude, I can't name like one. Him, let's see, who was Travis Etienne the running back with T-Law?
Florida? I thought he was at Florida.
ETN, Travis Etienne.
Did Travis
I
not
can't
ET
remember.
not play for
I thought he
Florida?
played at Clemson.
I
Actually,
think he's right. His brother played at Florida. His
Yeah, I
little
think his
brother.
brother played at Florida.
oh, okay, yeah.
I think he's right. Yeah, I think you're right though. I think it's because they
Yeah,
drafted Etienne and Trevor Lawrence in the same draft class. I think the Jaguars.
yeah, I think
So
you're right. Okay, so yeah, he's 25, and he went from Clemson from 2017 to 2020, and then Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is 24, so yeah, they were there same time. Um, I mean, yeah, I mean, you have to bring dudes in from the transfer portal, and
Yeah.
like you're losing guys every year. I mean, to the portal, graduating, graduate transfer. I mean, you just got to bring people in like all the time now. And Dabo he's just it's just empty roster spots. If I'm being completely honest, that's all it boils down to. I mean,
Yeah.
they lost to Georgia by what 30.
31, I think.
Yeah,
34-3.
it was 34-3. So yeah, 31.
Dude, Clemson 5 years ago would have. They probably would
It
have
would
won.
have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would have been a good game.
yeah, that would have been a crazy good game.
I was looking forward to it this year. I
But
thought
I
we starting
mean,
off with a bang, but apparently not.
yeah. All right, so we'll move on to freshman early impact. Avery, I know you got a lot to say, so I'll let you
You know,
go.
no, Auburn. They had the freeze four. They had Malcolm Simmons, Bryce Kane, Cam Coleman, and Perry Thompson. All four of them played good minutes. I think combined they almost had 300 receiving yards in that game.
Yeah, I think it was like
But
250.
most of like Cam Coleman, not surprised he's great. But Malcolm Simmons was listed as a backup. He started the game and he balled out from the first play. On special teams, he blocked a kick, got a touchdown on it. He had like 100 yards receiving. He had 2 or 3 touchdowns. It was great. And then let's see, what did
Harry had it.
Perry had a good long touchdown. I know it's Alabama A&M. They don't have great corners, but he still looked good on his routes and separation.
I agree. I mean, I know Ryan looked pretty good. He had 2 touchdowns.
He
One of
looked
them,
good, bro.
one of them was really free. I mean, I don't to be honest, like if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm screaming at the DB who's guarding Ryan because I mean it was just actually wide open. But yeah, he had a touchdown and then he actually had two and then had another one broke a tackle and then got loose. I know Jeremiah Smith at Ohio State, dude's a dog. I mean, was the number one receiver in the class of 24. I think the number one overall recruit, period, in the class of
I think
24.
you're right.
I mean, he
It
I
sounds
mean,
right to me.
I mean, he just played abs. I mean, he started off a little bit slow, can't lie, and then he just ramped things up. And I thought he looked good. And then Dylan Raiola looked pretty good in Nebraska. I mean, dude starting quarterback at a very historic, I mean, university and started as a true freshman. And I can't remember who they played. I'll have to look it up. But I think UTEP actually. But I know they've won. I think actually. Ooh.
Let me check.
I'm almost positive they won.
I think they won.
Yeah, I would hope. No offense, but it's UTEP. Yeah, Avery, check that for me.
You said, wait, which game? Ohio
Nebraska.
State? Nebraska? Oh, that's my bad. Looked at the wrong team.
I mean,
They won
Won
40
40
to
to
7.
7.
okay, yeah. So I mean, yeah, Dylan. I mean, I don't know how he did, statistically, but he looked pretty good from what I was watching.
I heard a lot about him
Yeah.
online this weekend. 19 for 27, 238, 2 touchdowns. Not bad at all.
Oh yeah. First college
Spread the
game.
ball out. Let's see who's. He's spread it out a little bit. They ran the ball a lot.
And I mean, you got to think also not. I mean, no diss on Nebraska. They're a great, college.
Historically great.
It's not like he's throwing Marvin Harrison Jr. or anything. So, I mean, that's not a bad stat line.
No, not at all.
All right, let's get to the biggest topic of the day. We will go week 2 predictions.
That's what I'm talking.
So, let's see here.
I just want to get through the top 25.
I think we should do the biggest games. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we got to talk about Texas and Michigan. That's the biggest game. I think that's where game day is.
Yeah, Ann Arbor.
In Ann Arbor.
Yeah,
It's at the big house.
I
11
still,
a.m.
I still think Texas is going to pull off that a victory there, though. I
agree.
I didn't think
I
Michigan was very
100% agree.
impressive.
This may be an unpopular opinion. I don't think Texas is going to win. I think they're going to blow them out of the water. I don't think Michigan looked that good last week.
I don't think that's
They played a bad team and only won by 20. So
Michigan's starting
yeah, it's at the big house, but I just feel like Texas, in my opinion, is a national championship contender by far. They got Ewers back. Like they got Bond, who transferred from Alabama. Like that alone is insane. So I mean, I got Texas all day on that.
Let's not talk about Bond. I don't want to hear about Brett.
I mean,
31.
There's not any other crazy. I mean, there's not any other crazy good games. I mean, let's see. Texas and Michigan, obviously the biggest one.
Yeah.
I mean,
You got 14 Tennessee versus 24 North Carolina State.
I think NC State did not look great. Tennessee, I know they played a bad team, but they look good. I mean, they should Chattanooga.
I
Yeah,
know Nico. I heard
Yeah, I
Nico Emily Alba
he,
looked pretty good
I was watching that one. Because I was watching for him. He was slinging the thing. He was running it. I mean, he was good.
for sure. I mean, Georgia Tech and Syracuse. I have to go Georgia Tech.
definitely got Tech on that.
Arkansas,
Yeah.
Arkansas and Oklahoma State.
Where's it at? Where's that one at? That's the question. I think it's
Um,
at Oklahoma State.
yeah, I think yeah, I think you're right.
No, I got Oklahoma State on that if it's at Oklahoma State.
Uh,
But
let's
I
have
think
to think Oklahoma State.
Arkansas has really struggled these past couple years.
Arkansas one game will play insane, and then the next they'll look like the worst team in college football. You can't.
That might that might be this weekend. They balled out last week,
Yeah,
70 to
that's what I'm
nothing.
saying. That's why I have Oklahoma State. I feel like they're gonna have a bad game.
Kansas at
Baylor,
Illinois.
Kansas and Illinois.
I mean,
I'm
App,
not gonna lie. I haven't really watched either of those teams.
App State and Clemson. Could we see an upset?
You know, Appalachian State's known for upsetting teams like that. Like every year they have one big game, so that's very possible. I still have Clemson though.
It's at
Yeah.
Clemson, so
Still got
I'm gonna have
Clemson.
to respectfully side with Clemson. I
Same.
mean,
Yeah.
the Power Five team. App State, though, I mean, I do agree with that take. Houston, Oklahoma, I
Houston,
mean,
Oklahoma. That might not be bad.
I mean, I'm gonna have to, I'm firm with Oklahoma in that pick, but
Yeah.
you know,
I think Oklahoma will blow them out. Houston didn't even beat who was it? UNLV last week.
yeah,
Did they lose
They,
that? That was bad.
yeah, I think they did.
I watched a
I
lot of
didn't.
that game. That game was not good at all. Like Houston looked real bad.
Oh man, Tennessee Tech and Georgia. I'm gonna have to go Tennessee Tech with the upset. Um, no, we all know the answer to that. I mean,
It's Georgia all day.
Iowa State.
Ole
A little
Miss,
rivalry game.
Middle Tennessee. I mean, we got really just one main game on the weekend this weekend.
Only one top 25 matchup, I think.
It's Texas and Michigan is obviously the biggest game.
That's not even close either.
I mean, I'm just gonna have to go. I mean, I just got to go Texas. I mean,
Yeah.
it's away. I know in Ann Arbor, they can get hype and everything because they got like the stadium can hold like 105,000. But
Yeah, I think they have like the most packed out stadium in college football.
I think
yeah,
it's one of the biggest, not in like, it might be the biggest in the United States. It's one of the biggest.
I think it's like 110,000.
yeah, it's something.
It's huge.
But all right, that concludes episode 1 of the JAC podcast. We're gonna try to go every week, and this will be posted on Instagram. So hope everybody enjoys it. We already got 50 followers, so we're trending in the right direction. But yeah, I mean that's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Avery, got anything?
Talk.
War Eagle, baby. Auburn by 50.
Oh yeah, Auburn and Cal. Oh, we forgot to talk about that. Auburn and Cal. I mean, Auburn.
Cal is
Yeah, Avery, how you feeling about that?
Cal is terrible. Auburn's going to beat him by like 42-14 right there. Boom, 42-14. Auburn's going to kill him. Their two wide receivers are out. Half their line's out. Starting running backs hurt. No, they got no chance.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick with the Tigers on that one.
Same.
All right. Well, see you guys next week, and thanks for watching.